Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Lego room. I'm TJ the Brickwright, and today we're just going to be doing a short video going over the Mynock 2 contest and a couple of questions that we've had over the last 2 weeks. So far we have 15 entries into the contest, which is amazingly cool. For the last contest, which was a 6-month long contest for the Palpatine shuttle, we had 11 entries, and already within the first 2 weeks we've already surpassed that. The average obviously is a little over 1 entry per day, but it comes in spurts, and there have been a couple of days where I've gotten 3 or 4 entries in a row on the same day, and it's been pretty impressive. A lot of people are really knocking these things out of the park. A couple of questions that people have had. Are Mandalorians dark side? And I will allow it because we had groups like Death Watch that were Mandalorian and evil. Another question people had was bounty hunters. Are bounty hunters considered acceptable for this contest, bounty hunter ships? And I said absolutely. Bounty hunters are generally portrayed in Star Wars as evil. The TV show The Mandalorian definitely calls that into question. We get Fennec Shand, and we get Mando himself being not an anti-hero or even a hero necessarily, but he's definitely on the lighter side of the spectrum when we think about light and dark. So those were the two major questions that people had. So when I said dark side ships, I wasn't talking about like force user dark side. So like Imperial ships and things like that. I was actually very specifically referring to the fact they just needed to be considered villains. So if your character that drives the ship that you're looking at is usually considered a villain, then we can go ahead and accept that. Some other people asked if it was okay to combine a light side ship with some dark side ships, and that is okay. However, I would like to see more than half of the ship be dark side. For instance, we had mentioned, I believe I mentioned this in the video, somebody made a TIE Fighter cockpit, ugly ship, with X-Wing wings. I consider that to be acceptable. The main reason is because when you look at it, you say, oh, it has X-Wing wings, but it's still a TIE Fighter, right? That center ball really makes it a TIE Fighter for you. So when you're looking at your ship, if people say, oh, that looks like a blank, try to make sure it's on the dark side, right? If you have any question, feel free to email me and ask the question. That's where this video is coming from, is people who have asked that question. And enough people asked that I figured I'd go ahead and put out a clarifying statement for everybody so that you know how that's going. I think that's all the questions that we needed to cover right now. So because this video is so short, this will not be the only video out today. If anybody has not seen this contest come up and doesn't know what it's about, I will try to leave a link down below for the announcement for this contest. But long story short, I need you to build a ship to go along with Mynock Squadron, which is a specialized squadron that we have designed here in my Lego room on the TJ the Brickwright channel. And your job is to build the newest member of that squadron, which is designated Mynock 2. The only stipulation is we've had so many good guy ships so far that we need the villains in there as well. I would like to see a dark side or villain ship, as it were, enter into the Mynock Squadron. I think it'd be really fun. Just as a quick little hint to everybody, or a little behind the scenes thing, I had been working on Mynock 2 ever since before Mynock 3 contest ended last year. And my idea was to have a TIE Fighter where it had booster engines on the wings, so extra engines that also were hyperdrive capable, and the bottom parts of the wings were actually chopped off. So the wings would be regular height on the tall side, but then on the lower side they'd actually be chopped up a little bit, so when it landed on those wings, it was a lot easier for the pilot to get out and wouldn't have to jump from half the height of a TIE fighter. The hardest part was actually the wings. Obviously, building the ball was child's play at this point. I built so many of them. But the wings themselves, they just caused me problems, and I could not get the proportions right for what I wanted it to be. So that's just a little behind the scenes thing on what I was trying to do with the Mynock 2 designation. But as always, when I fail, you guys pick it up and you guys do a great job of designing. Like I said, we've had over 15 entries, I think. Last count it was 15, but I think I got another one right before I started this video. So congratulations to everybody who has entered so far. I'm looking forward to another 2 weeks. I anticipate that there are a lot more people out there participating in this contest than just the 15 who have entered, and I would not be surprised if we doubled or even tripled the number of entries. As a matter of fact, I think I would love it if we could beat the previous record of the number of entries, which I believe was 41. I didn't actually look it up before recording this, so that's on me. But I would love to see if we could blow that out of the water. If we tripled the number of people who have entered so far, that's what it would be. And it wouldn't even shock me if that did happen. It'd be cool if we could break 50 this time as well. But I haven't set a definite goal just yet. So once again, thank you so much for checking in my Lego room. I'm TJ the Brickwright. I hope you're having a great weekend and play well.